Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another video. All right, y'all. So I was recently looking at this little clip from an interview with Cynthia Calvillo, and I'll post the link here in the description for the clip that I was looking at. It was just a short clip for Cynthia Calvillo, and she was just talking about Lauren Murphy and just the champion Valentina Shevchenko and herself, being in the mix one day for that title shot. And she gave her she gave her outlook on how the fight would go between Lauren Murphy and what she thinks of Lauren Murphy as a fighter. And one thing, I'm going to talk about this video that, I'm creating now. It's going to be a new hashtag. It's just going to be called Shevchenko Level, which I'm going to get to here in a minute because, this is what this is all about. I just want to bring this up because, there's levels to this game. And that was just the one thing that popped up in my head. Even with what Cynthia Calvillo was saying about Lauren Murphy, some things I agree with there. But, she mentioned herself in the mix with that title shot. So, yeah, real quick, just like a minute or two clip, Cynthia Calvillo, she just talked about Lauren Murphy as a fighter. She said Lauren is a tough blue collar fighter. She's gritty, doesn't really stand out with one thing. She's not a precision striker. She just doesn't really stand out. She's just that overall worker that wins close decisions. She's not really finishing these fighters, but she's just going on her fight streak just by, beating fighters very close, by the edge. And going into this fight with Valentina Shevchenko, she said she couldn't see Lauren Murphy giving her a tough fight. And she thinks that, their game plan is probably going to be like everybody says, to hold her, take her down and be physical. But she says she can't see Lauren Murphy winning. She just can't see Lauren Murphy winning because of the levels. And, she feels like everybody thinks that all the contenders in the flyweight division don't have a shot at beating her. They don't have a shot at beating Valentina Shevchenko. Calvillo, of course, in that same breath says, though the fans don't think any of us have a shot, she believes 100% that she can beat Shevchenko. Same way Lauren Murphy, she believes she can. So, that's something to kind of think about. But real quick, I can't say that Cynthia Calvillo said anything wrong about Lauren Murphy as far as discussing her as a fighter, and her chances. Lauren is a good fighter. She's tough. She's strong as hell. She's got some good tools for the level she's on. I think her description of Lauren really does fit her. That she is a fighter that works hard. She's a grinder, that blue collar fighter. But there isn't one thing that stands out about her, in my opinion, as well. I agree with that. I've seen fighters like that. I've seen some fighters, where they can work hard, they can go on winning streaks just because of that work ethic, but they lack that one signature thing that can take them, even higher up over the edge, that can help them dominate fights, because if you look at Lauren Murphy, she's not really pulling anything out of the hat or anything out of the toolbox. She's just grinding. She's got better work ethic than these fighters that she's facing. Not really more so well-rounded. Every fighter should be well-rounded, but that doesn't mean you have to be great at everything. With Lauren Murphy, I can't pick one thing that just stands out. I mean, besides her strength, and her size, I can't pick out anything else that stands out aside from the work ethic. And me, to beat Shevchenko, you need more than a work ethic. You need even this one little signature move that you have or two that can take you over the edge, and one of those things I speak of too is IQ. You got to have that IQ, that smart. You got to be able to know how to balance yourself out through a fight and pace yourself, so I think Cynthia Calvillo pretty much hit it on the head there, just from the outside looking in at a fighter like Lauren Murphy, that she definitely has work ethic, but what else does she have as far as, certain attributes that Amanda Nunes had to be able to nullify and get the respect of Valentina Shevchenko. Calvillo also said she doesn't see Lauren Murphy winning or even making it a tough fight. Again, something I can't disagree with. It's something I can't disagree with. I know my previous videos I talked about what can Lauren Murphy do and how can she do it. And some fans, they mistake that for hyping Lauren Murphy up. But, in all reality, does she have a great chance? I mean, every fighter has a chance when they step into the octagon, but, In no way am I saying that her chance is like great or she's really going to pull off this upset. No, she's going to have to work hard and do some things she's never done before. Like, she can't just grind out decisions in these little close, have these little close matches and be wide open like she was against JoJo and Andrea Lee. She won't be able to do the things she did against Roxanne in this fight. That's why I say, what can she do? And I'll give you my opinion on what she can do and some pointers that she can do. And that's be a completely different fighter than she was in her other 5 fights, So when people think, okay, I'm hyping that up. No, I'm not hyping her up. I'm just saying, like, what can she do? As a fight fans should be able to analyze and say, what can she do this one time? Murphy, again, does a lot of things, but she doesn't have that one thing. But let's think for a minute. Let's say she has to step out of the box now. What can she do to neutralize Shevchenko, And in my opinion, yeah, I'm looking from the outside, looking in myself now, she's going to need several tools to neutralize Shevchenko just based off of both fighters' resumes. Shevchenko, she's dominating in her title defenses. Her 5 fights at flyweight, she's dominating. Murphy's on a 5-fight winning streak, but she's edging him out closely. Some people will argue she lost, And in the areas that she's losing in, that's where Shevchenko thrives. The stand-up game, the defense, the ability to control the fight in the center of the octagon, And she also has physical strength. We know Lauren has physical strength, but what else can she add to that to execute a good game plan, So I definitely see where Calvillo's coming from. I definitely see where she's coming from, where she doesn't see it being a tough fight. And that's why I just talk about what can she do to make it a tough fight. Calvillo also knows there's levels in this flyweight division. That's what we always talk about, because in the performances and the approach from the champion versus the contenders, there's a good reason why the fans are saying none of these flyweight contenders have a chance. Hell, I'm one of them as well. Somebody who watches fights closely. I am one of these people that say there's top level, elite level, whatever you want to call it. Then there's Shevchenko level. All of the ladies in the division can mix it up, and we won't know who's going to win. We've seen it before. Chikagian versus I. I could call that, but I was wrong. I won the fight. Maya versus Modafferi, that's a close fight. We don't know who's going to do what in that fight. I versus Araujo. I thought Araujo was going to win, but I pulled that one out, right? Chikagian versus Araujo. Fight could have gone either way, right? That's how close these fights are. These fights are always close because there's not enough well-rounded fighters in there. Lauren believes she's well-rounded, and she may do a little of everything, but it's still not that next level of well-roundedness. So it's not that next level of well-roundedness where we can say it's gonna reach Shevchenko level. That's why I say there's elite level, and then there's Shevchenko level. Whenever you go back down, everything else is kind of like a shake of the dice. It's 50-50. We don't know. But the way Shevchenko took herself to her own level, it's checking every single box off. It's close, it's dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's, making sure every base is covered. It's not just the strongest at grappling, the strongest at striking. It's a little bit of everything and then some. And, of course, Calvillo, she's going to believe in herself. She said, of course, everybody counts us out and they feel like we have no chance, but 100%, I believe I can do it. Like she said, I believe I can do it. And then she said, okay, Lauren Murphy, she probably believes the same thing, but same can be said about Calvillo. She needs more than one tool to get into this fight, to even have a chance against Valentina Shevchenko. She's got to rely on more than just, let's say, her grappling. She says she has that grappling that could upset Valentina Shevchenko. She has that grinding style that could beat Valentina Shevchenko. Okay, well, just reverse the roles. Lauren Murphy probably feels the same way. Calvillo doesn't have what it takes, but I do. So it's just the same deal. We, as fans, we see her in the same boat as Lauren Murphy, just being another fighter that's going to step it up, but won't be able to reach that Shevchenko level. You have to have that it factor to beat Shevchenko. Calvillo dropped the fight to Chikagian, who isn't a hard striker. She's had close fights at 115, and she still has to get past Jessica Andrade in September. And even if she does get past Jessica Andrade, which is a big test in itself, Shevchenko level is a level of its own. So yeah, man. I just kind of want to go back and give you my thoughts on what Cynthia Calvillo said in this interview. Like I said, I'll drop it in the in the description there for y'all to watch. And I think there's a full interview as well. But yeah, she thinks Lauren Murphy doesn't have a chance, but she feels like she has a 100% chance against Valentina Shevchenko. But like I said, that's just two different levels, man. Lauren and Calvillo are closer to the same level, but they're nowhere near Shevchenko level, man. That's just another level, man. But let me know in the comment section if y'all agree with what Calvillo had said. You know, I pretty much agree, you know, as far as Lauren Murphy and what type of fighter she is. But like I said, you won't know until you actually step in the octagon. That's stepping in the octagon. That's your first chance at having a chance at trying to get that title. But yeah, guys, make sure y'all subscribe. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.